Been a while, hasn't it? Ah.
Hello.
Your time has come. 22 years of disappointment. You've been waiting, and I understand. And I've been there watching year after year. If you go up to third round, first round, Vauxhall Motors, Grimsby Town, numerous championship clubs, MK Dons. But now it's your time. It's me talking to you. It's the football gods. I'm back for 2019, and yeah, you thought McLaren was going to work out. You thought this club was a mess. It was only going one way. Well, you just watch, because the FA Cup is coming home.
It's not.
Bye.
No chance. You've won one game in the FA Cup in, what, 22 years? Was
Trevor
that
Sinclair,
was that the game?
1997.
Right. So a lot of people in there.
So confused, aren't they?
Tanvir won't know what that is.
Do you know early testing Tanvir? Do you know who Trevor Sinclair is?
No chance.
You do.
No.
You do.
He doesn't.
Fuck
No, he
me.
knew that. I knew he wouldn't know that one.
Trevor Sinclair. He played in the 2002 World Cup for England. It's got nothing to do with QPR.
Well, how old was he? He was like, how old were you in 2002?
That's basic knowledge.
5. He's 5 years old. Anyway, anyone out there, look at that T-shirt. Anyone out there that doesn't know what that is, stop the pod. No, don't stop the pod. Keep watching. Come back to it later. Just type in Trevor Sinclair scissor kick. Or overhead kick. Bicycle kick. The greatest bicycle kick ever scored in football.
One of the greatest goals of all time. And that was the last time we won an FA Cup third round game. An FA Cup game at in the first 90 minutes. So we've lost first round games in that time because we were in Division 2. But we beat Leeds on Sunday. Some real cutting edge in this squad, Flav. Very excited about what
Do you
we
give a
can
shit about the
achieve.
FA Cup?
Absolutely. I didn't realise how much I cared about it. It was about 10:30 or something. I was in bed with the missus, just reading, and because we don't have sex anymore. And we do occasion. Got one booked tonight, actually.
Speaking of sex.
Speaking of sex, Tanvir on the ones and twos.
Sex appeal.
Slaying. Hang on, let me finish my story.
Sorry.
And sex appeal. Welcome to One for the Weekend, by the way. It's good to be back, isn't it? And I went, well, I've missed the draw. Because I don't get to enjoy the FA Cup draw.
Yeah.
Or the FA Cup third round draw, you're like,
yeah.
We're going to get a championship club who are just above us and they're going to beat us 3-0. Like we did. We got Leeds. I thought, oh, fuck, here we go again. We only got them beaten them, haven't we?
So
then I'm like, get my phone out. And then I'm seeing messages, WhatsApp messages from Dom going, buzzing with the draw. I'm like, go away. I want to enjoy this for real.
Yeah.
Thank God for BBC, because you can like whiz it back a bit. And I was able to watch it. And it looked like QPR hadn't come out yet. Neither had Brentford. And then Arsenal was still in, Man United was still in, Palace was still in, Spurs was still in. And I had a funny feeling we were going to get Spurs or Arsenal.
Yeah.
But then in that moment, I was like, my heart was going.
Really?
Yeah. Felt alive. And I was so pleased. We got Portsmouth away.
I found out in the paper.
We're going all the way.
I found out in the paper.
I get that. Because you're going to lose in the semi-finals anyway. We could go far in this competition. Beat Portsmouth away. Then there's like Brentford are playing Barnet. Then we're going to get Brentford. We're going to beat Brentford handsomely. And then we're like, where are we? We're fifth round. That's a quarter-finals.
Woo! Would you replace Steve McLaren with Ian Holloway right now?
No. No.
If those who don't know, when Ian Holloway was sacked he resigned. No, I'm not digging you out here. Yeah. He was crushed. And we had so much fun putting up signs around the office and bringing up Ian Holloway in every conversation.
I'm so happy at how wrong I've been. He's tearing out that guy. Could be a cup final for you as well.
What did I keep saying to you? I kept saying to you, he's won the league in Holland.
Yeah, as a troll.
He knows. No. I was saying he's a good manager.
Okay.
He's won the league with Twente.
He's won the treble in a way with Man United.
Yeah.
He was the catalyst for that. Tanvir, you won't know, despite being a Man United fan, because it was before. He doesn't. You despair. Anyway, Tanvir's struggling. We're gonna
Sex appeal!
Tanvir's struggling a little bit. He's not feeling well, but he's come in especially for the pod just to do it because he was like, who else is going to do it?
Don't care. Tanvir. So he's just told us that he's gone. He's dropped from 13.5 stone down to what, Tanvir?
11.5.
Shit in the bed!
Did it? Is that what it was? Do you know what actually he was saying? Do you want to say what you were saying before the podcast started? Just to say very quickly, we will be talking about footballers' wangs. We will be talking about Spurs versus Man United. We'll be talking about if Spurs can win the title. And we've got some new exciting Flames advice. And there's a few derby games as well. Just in case you're wondering about the football. But Tanvir, do you want to just tell us about what you said to me before the podcast started? What? About Indian people. Came out of your mouth.
Just Indian people always eat spicy food, so we've always got the shits. What? That's not like...
Only on this podcast.
Is that true? Is that true?
Yeah.
So it's a well-known thing in the Indian community that everyone...
Did you walk out the toilet and go...
All right, Jess, I've still got the shit. No, it's not like... no, it's just like, people just know you always eat spicy food, so you just have the shits.
Yeah.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
It does. I've found with red wine...
Is that your
opposite? It has the opposite effect.
Oh right.
Yeah.
What?
Solidifies.
What?
Yeah, it's almost like a.
We're in the mood today.
This
guys.
is disgusting.
This is quality. Reasons to listen. Apart from that, on iTunes, go subscribe to the podcast on iTunes. New thing. We're going to do reasons to listen, and I'm going to read out 3 reviews from the reviews on iTunes. So go ahead over there and do it right now. So here's a few. The Viewer65 says, "Genius." That's his tagline.
It's not genius.
Well,
no.
Let me read it out for you.
Oh, he hasn't finished. I thought that was it.
Does exactly what it says on the tin. It is by far the best podcast you've never heard of. Been a fan listener since 2016. Bring back the phone calls in 2019. Just did it.
Nah.
And being in new bits because I love the mini discussions that happen like footballers' wangs or birds and that. Best part about the pod is the chemistry between Flames. Very cool.
Because that's like,
That was one night. Annoyed! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's gone with the headline. Still get excited when a new one gets released. Started listening to this when it was the Long Ball Street, maybe 3 years ago.
Yeah.
By the time I checked in, just been fed, feel sleepy. SKNSSN says this. This is the last one. He's coming down. That's probably one of the best check-ins we've had.
One of the best check-ins we've ever had. Just been fed. Incredible.
And yeah, SKNSSN. He's gone with the headline. Just checking in. And he says, not just a cracking podcast, but a cracking bunch of lads. Very kind. I've got a question for you. All of us, all 3 of us. Which manager in the Premier League do you think has the biggest wang?
Oh, good question. I wish you'd told me that before so I'd really think about it. Let it percolate.
What rises up in your mind? Which manager's penis?
I reckon Sean Dyche is pashing.
It's like, just sort of... just overly sways.
Yeah,
There's no need for it. He's like moved an inch and it's gone.
Yeah, no, he gets it and he gets some boots strapping, straps it around his leg.
Yeah, like people do around their ankles, like electrical tape.
Yeah, and he gets ready to bed with his missus and his wife goes, I just can't tonight.
Do you know who I reckon? What's his name? Hoosenhoodle. Bratwurst, isn't it? On that.
He strikes me as someone who's into some really niche porn.
Because he's German. Austrian. Keep getting that wrong. Tanvir is on the 1s and 2s. R. Coin said on a podcast recently, or last week's, because
excuse me,
Tanvir wasn't here. He said, I miss...
Adam.
Tanvir, with an M. I miss you that much, does he?
I'll give it to him.
There,
you missed
take
Tanvir?
it. 12 likes on that. So
I was one of them.
we're getting there.
I think you... Was you?
I
You like your own
It's
thing.
got separate accounts, isn't it? Testing Tanvir, here we go. So Tanvir's full knowledge is... it blows my mind how bad it is. But maybe he's just young.
It's terrible.
But people in the comments seem to agree with us. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to find the biggest player, the most well-known legend of the game that Tanvir doesn't know. It's going to be difficult to top Trevor Sinclair. But I've got 3 here.
Go on.
So Sadie Salah says, does Tanvir know... So first of all, Kevin Keegan.
Kevin Keegan. Yes.
Good.
Why?
So
What's he done?
Who did he play for?
Newcastle.
At least I have another. Right, fine.
Okay.
You don't...
Here's another one. Ian Rush. That's Ian Rush.
I don't know.
But he wasn't born when he was playing.
No. Ian Rush. Come on.
He wasn't born when he was playing, though. He doesn't know.
don't know him.
But he wasn't born when he was playing.
I don't care.
So
that's not an excuse.
No,
It's
but
no excuse.
Jim, we know he doesn't know anything, right?
Yeah.
So
But
giving it, telling
it's not
so
my,
tell-
it's not my job to know anything.
Yeah.
I just edit a bunch of shit.
yeah,
He just what does he do? What's his job?
I don't know.
The social bits. He just gets
But
What?
crap and throws on. Like, what was your
oh,
thing
he
used to
just
say?
downloads. Oh, he downloads nonsense.
Yeah, that's all I do. Just
It
download
downloads
some
nonsense.
Yeah.
Okay, and Dan Mallon's asked, has Tanvir heard of Robbie Keane? Surely.
Yeah, Man United.
No,
No.
Roy Keane. You're thinking of Robbie Keane.
Robbie Keane, haven't heard of him.
Roy Keane.
Fucking hell, Tanvir, what are you doing here? Robbie Keane.
you were backing him up like
Arsenal.
2 seconds ago.
No, he was a Spurs forward.
I don't
He's a
know.
record goal scorer for Ireland. He literally retired.
Ian Rush is the record goal scorer for Liverpool.
No, Ian Rush is. I'm fine that he doesn't know it.
No, that's ridiculous.
Because we know he
should
knows.
Ian Rush.
No, but we know he knows nothing. So don't test him with Ian Rush. You test him with Robbie Keane.
Kevin Keegan.
Robbie
though,
Keane
eh?
is a joke.
Kevin Keegan, though, eh?
All right,
You're a fucking joke.
let us
You
know.
make me
What a player.
You make me
Let us
sick.
know even more obvious footballers that the whole world knows that Tanvir might.
Do you know what it is? He knows.
Please,
he only
please do this genuinely, though. By the
Huh?
way, if you do know them, please say.
Yeah.
'Cause this is killing me.
No, he has to prove it. That's how we know he knows it or not. Listen, you know the reason why he doesn't know this stuff about football? One, he's probably not that interested in it, and he only retains information that leads to him getting punani.
That's all he cares about.
That's all he cares a shit about. Is female genital parts and how to get inside them.
I respect women over here on this side of the camera, okay?
I'm not saying you don't disrespect them.
Yeah, but you're just I don't know what you're doing right now, what
Right.
you're trying to portray.
Let's talk about football, shall we? Because I tell you
We
what,
have to.
I've had a look at the fixtures this week. There's a couple of derby games in there.
One or two.
Still doing this one.
1 or 2.
All right. How long?
It's my most successful tweet of the week.
Oh, really?
Follow me at James Alcott, LLT, and you can get it in on the fun. Okay, West Ham versus Arsenal, 12:30 on Saturday is the next stop Turkey derby. A lot of Arsenal players have gone and played for West Ham, then they never do better after that. You don't go to West Ham and then turn it around. do you?
No.
Next stop Turkey,
Next
where
stop.
footballers go to die.
Yeah. Darius Vassell.
Darius Vassell, yeah. There's loads, isn't there?
Yeah, David Atkinson.
Do you know the one player who went to Turkey, turned it around? Les Ferdinand. He was at QPR, went there, came back,
Where did he go?
went to
Beş-
Trabzonspor. Something like that.
I'm not going to say something. I always say this, but they do love a certain type of footballer from England, don't they?
Do they?
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it, but says it anyway.
I'm not going to say the racist part of it because people are going to accuse me of
Is
it.
it racist though, or have you just seen a pattern there?
I've seen a pattern.
Is it racist on your part? It's not. You're just seeing. You're not being racist. You're just observing a pattern.
I'm observing.
That could be racist.
Yeah, but it also sometimes sometimes it takes a racist mind to see patterns that other guys see.
And you're not sure where you are.
I really hope I'm
Good
not.
to know.
I really hope I'm not a racist, but I
Yeah.
might be being a bit racist here. But I've just noticed a pattern of them buying certain type of footballer.
Yeah. Well, like Dean Saunders.
Dean Saunders, did he go?
Yeah, he was at Galatasaray. Right?
No, that's
Steve
it.
Harkness. Is that what you mean? Plays
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Cheers, Jim.
3 o'clock kickoffs. A lot of derby games. Brighton versus Liverpool, which is the left wing fan derby.
All right.
Burnley. No.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, fine.
That's clever.
Carry on. Burnley versus Fulham, which is the socio-economic class derby. Working class north versus upper class south.
Very good.
That's from Stuart. Tweet me that. Thanks, mate. Cardiff versus Huddersfield. A lot of people, Cardiff versus Huddersfield, go, oh, how is this the Premier League game derby? Lazy. Do better than that.
No, you're taking this section because you're like they're going to
It's
be
patronising.
It's patronising, and they're going to be saying this about your football club if you ever come up.
But what annoys me is when someone who's clearly a Liverpool or an Arsenal fan just do something that bigs up their team as a derby.
Yeah,
It's not- don't want that.
I'll have it as they should both go down and never be seen again, derby.
Well, actually, it's the Room 69 manager derby.
Yeah,
Ben
good.
Spanton Walker, thank you, mate, because you've
Right.
got David Wagner, you put in a couple of weeks ago, and Neil Warnock, who I've been campaigning for for years.
I'm
Okay.
glad you're finally crediting these people as well.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Neil
I do listen.
Warnock is he went for the jugular at Spurs many times.
What do you mean?
Just came out, kept attacking us. Yeah, like
He's got nothing to lose, is he?
Yeah, but
He
like,
just wants a bit of attention.
it's weird. It's like
He'll keep him up. He will keep them
Oh
up.
no, he will. He probably will. He probably will keep him up. I'm just.
Utter shithousery.
It's just. it's just like, why are you talking so much? Why are you bothered by it?
Less.
Just less
Less
than
of
you.
that. Because he's the most famous element of Cardiff City.
Oh God, imagine that. Imagine it. Imagine that. It's like, what do people know Cardiff for? Neil Warnock.
Yeah.
Who's been there for like 2 years.
Well, he obviously was QPR manager, and he did brilliantly with us. You know, he got us back into the Premier League.
That's what he does.
Amazing. No, but he
That's bread and butter.
But he bought Adel Tarabt, who no one knew about at that moment in time. Jamie Mackey, who'd done nothing. Sean Derry, who was like at the end of his career. Clint Hill, who was at the end of his career, and Hyder Helgeson. And we won the league.
You didn't win the league. You won promotion.
We were champions.
No.
We won the championship.
Yes.
All true.
Yeah, you won
the league title. You
won.
can't imagine what that feels like. To be top of the pile, number one.
I've said it so
numero
many times.
uno.
I'm not going to say it again. Actually, fuck it, I am. Winning promotion
It's not,
is not making champions.
We won the championship.
There's one champion.
Where did we finish in the league?
One.
Thank
Number
you.
one. You're the
One.
first to get promoted.
Finished one.
Finished one.
But so he's got.
They
He's
shouldn't
better.
even have a trophy. They shouldn't even give him a trophy.
You shouldn't.
Like the
actually
fact
have
there's a
trophy.
playoff trophy is a joke. But they're just giving them away now, are they?
Someone's jealous. Can I have one?
Ooh.
Maybe soon. League Cup. Never know.
How have you, like, on your massive arms? How have you?
People
still,
think I'm like tensing them, and I'm not.
No, yeah, got big arms. How are you still got a tan? Like your tan line? What's that about?
Do you know what, I argue with Fam about this because I go, for some reason my skin's is just a tiny bit darker for a white man, and she laughs at me.
Why?
She's like, "You're all the same shade." I went, "Oh, that's
no.
a shame.
That is a shame.
That is a shame."
I mean, because I'm not allowed.
Yeah,
You're not allowed.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. All right, let's give it a flower. Crystal Palace versus Watford, which I'm calling. This is my one. The dangerous sky creature derby.
Can I ask you another thing? Why is your penis always like much darker than the rest
My
of the body?
penis?
Everybody's, I think. I
Just want
assume
to clear that up.
it's much darker. Like
My
I can imagine
penis-
yours is
my
like
penis-
pretty much.
Whoa. What are you gonna say?
Well, if you're like,
It's pretty much what?
What's with the race shit today,
I
lads?
know.
no, I'm just saying, like, he's because of the complexition of his skin,
Yeah.
My penis is pretty much what?
darker than your skin.
Oh, okay.
And mine is as well. Mine's like a. I've got. Like,
I know what he's going to say.
I've got a penis of a Mediterranean man.
Have you?
No, you
yeah. It's
Can we
like,
talk about the football?
Go on there. Sorry.
Fucking hell. I don't know, unless you want to carry on with this. I
Yeah,
don't know where'd you
There's no
go?
in the comments.
Just
What
tell
colour?
us- tell
Just
us
a shade. Just shade. And be as it's like a paint mix.
No,
I
you
don't want brown
Yeah.
or white
No,
or
be
pink.
as descriptive
I want
as
very
possible.
I've got, the hex code that you get on Photoshop. Find out the hex code of your penis and drop it in the comments.
Yeah, please do, and we'll read out the best ones next week.
Sure. But yeah, anyway, I like that one. Crystal Palace versus Watford, the dangerous sky creature derby. You've got the Hornet and the Eagle.
Nice.
I like that one. Leicester versus Southampton, the Mark Draper derby. Google it. Chelsea versus Newcastle at 5:30 on Saturday. This is the clubs with relatively similar histories who took massively different paths based on who decided to buy them derby by Peter Offany.
Very
Thank you,
good.
mate. Very good. Into Sunday, Everton versus Bournemouth. It's the Coy Eddie Howe derby. The reason I've called it this is because Eddie Howe's a Everton fan, and that's a logical step, isn't it,
Yeah.
Everton? But he never says a word about it. Like everyone goes, "Oh, he'd be great at Arsenal."
Yeah.
No one really talks about the Everton angle. Surely that's the job for him next,
Yeah,
isn't
Marcus
it?
Silva isn't doing what I thought he would do at Everton.
Not yet. They're on a
will
bit
take-
of a bad run.
Sometimes takes time.
They spent a lot of money. They should be starting to push a bit. It's a funny job, that. But yeah, I reckon Eddie Howe is, deep down, he kind of wants. If there's any kind of media attention about him going to another club, that's the one he wants. He wants to
Do you
go to
reckon?
Everton. Yeah, definitely. Then Spurs versus Man United, 4:30 kickoff. That's becoming common, isn't it? 4:30.
Yeah.
Not 4 anymore. And I've called this one the "Who do you want now?" derby.
Right.
Because over the years, Man United have just cherry pick. Yeah, I'll have Carrick.
I have Berbatov.
Yeah, I'll have Berbatov. Sherry. Yeah, I'll have Sherry. yeah, I'll take him. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
We'll have Pochettino then.
Times have
says
changed.
Daniel
though.
Levy. No.
Times have changed, haven't they?
Well, and I saw this on Manchester Evening News, how Spurs have changed Man United's transfer strategy. And essentially, the article just goes, before they go, he's quite good, this Carrick lad. Should we get him? Yeah. We go, and they'll go, oh, no, we're not selling him. And, give us Carrick.
Yeah.
And then that's just happened a lot, hasn't it? Especially in the Premier League. Any good player that they've had.
Yeah, but that's
They've
kind
had
of Spurs'
maybe
that's like Spurs' position in the transfer market, isn't it? It's the same and probably always will be. Man United's sort of mini demise has taken them out of that kind of power free of Barcelona, Man United, and Man United. Yeah, but they're on pitch and having a mad manager and that.
Yeah.
It doesn't make it an attractive proposition. But there are 3 clubs in the world that people don't say no to, and it's generally those 3. The difference, and I would say this is down purely to Pochettino's personality, is he's not like, so far, he's not like most other people in football where ultimately they just want to do what they want to do. He's a manager who's come out and said, I will never ever manage Barcelona because I captain Espanyol. How could I? That's weird. That like you think of other people that said that kind of stuff. Is Totti, I will never leave Roma.
Yeah.
He never did. The fact that he's ruled
Massive
himself
credit
out at one of the biggest clubs, like who doesn't want to manage at Barcelona? It's almost more famous. It's almost more romantic than Real Madrid.
And this is an Argentinian, isn't it? It's not a lot of Spanish guy who grew up around that place. And where is Espanyol? I have no idea.
It's Barcelona.
Is it?
Yeah.
And then played for them. He's come over from Argentina, but he's still got sucked into the morals of that. So he's obviously quite a moral guy. Isn't he?
Yeah. And he said, like, obviously, it goes without saying, I will never manage Arsenal. And and he said about loyalty and stuff. So I think it's not just a case of Spurs changing Man United's policy in the transfer market. Spurs cost our players cost a fortune. If you want to buy one of our players,
It's going to cost you.
it's going to cost an absolute fortune, and then you have to deal with Daniel Levy as well, who's notoriously difficult.
And I think there's of course you've got the loyalty of Pochettino, but the overall rise of Spurs as well.
Yeah,
That's like the gap between Spurs and Man United back in the day. Yeah, there is none.
Not on the pitch, there's none.
Exactly.
But on a financial level, there is. Obviously, Man United remain the biggest club in the world, but they're not behaving in the transfer market like they are the biggest club in the world. And to get to the cost of, I think they're kind of acutely aware of the cost of things now. And going to Spurs, it's much easier for them to go somewhere else. To get Pochettino in at Man United, they've already 22 million to get Mourinho out. He's just signed a new contract like 6 months ago, so he's got 5 years left. It would cost them like in the region of 50, 60 million. Crazy. He's on a huge wage. I think he's one of the best paid managers in the Premier League. It's a nightmare for Man United if they want him.
And like I said, the big thing is now. Before it was always, well, why wouldn't I? Now it is, why would I? There's a creeping of why would I?
There's a
that's
legitimate
huge, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's such a huge
and
thing.
it's down to his work.
Yeah.
And Levy as well, but it's down to his work. That he's actually got us into a position where he's like, well, I don't need to.
Yeah.
I don't need to go, and he doesn't. But he talked about in the other video about him saying I would like to stay at Spurs for 20 years. That wasn't the just definitive statement. He caveated it with Spurs need to change as a football club. We need to start spending because the way we're behaving won't guarantee success.
Was in the press conference, when there's like one player who's got to be with you for a press conference like England was Sissoko with him, and he's like, because I don't want to have to do that again. I don't have to deal with that again. Okay, we've gotten away with it. I figured it out. Right, just run and stop people. Get it. Yeah. But I don't want to have to be doing that again. It's exhausting. Just let me get the good guys in.
I love Musa.
He's doing well, isn't he?
Very well.
He's doing very well.
Like Spurs fans looking at each other going, wow. Where has this come from? And once
what do you think is? What would be your explanation for it?
I've never seen it in football before. Football teaches you something every day, a new thing every day. I think I used to think he's a form player. He needs to believe in himself, and I used to think that's bollocks. Like you're just not as good as someone else. But I think it's just for faith. There was this period where the bar was so low with him right, that the Spurs fans were giving him praise when he had a 6 out of 10 game. It was like, fuck, see Sissoko, he wasn't shit. And there was like a mood around the stadium, especially away from home, where they were getting behind him.
Right.
And they were sort of cheering everything that he did. And instead of going, for fuck's sake, and groaning, there was this shift.
Yeah.
And now, like, people are singing, like, they'll sing his name as loud as anyone else's. And he has his own song now. You know, Out of Error doesn't even have his own song. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's got a difficult name, isn't he?
Mm.
That's a massive part of it. We've got Bright Asai Samuel. Like, it's quite difficult to turn that name into a song. We need to do that though.
What's it called?
Bright Asai Samuel.
Bright Asai Samuel.
Yeah, first name's
Mr.
Bright.
Brightside, something like that. He's
Maybe.
bright. We got a great song we don't sing about for Tongan.
That we don't sing about for Tonga.
Yeah, we it's kind of sung in pubs, but doesn't get it.
Right.
He's got a massive cock. He has the Yan. He tucks it in his football sock. The Yan. He shagged his bird. Now she's dead. He swings his cock around her head.
Oh right.
He shags his
That's
bird
a
and
real
now
thing.
He shags his bird and now he shagged his bird and now she's dead. He swings his cock around his head. Jan
Vertonghen.
Tottenham Superman.
Amazing.
It's a
A
shame.
footballer's wang.
Shame.
Terrace banter there.
Yeah, shame
Very
it doesn't
good.
get aired though.
Do you know what, I think there's 4 seeds, but I can only remember 3 though. And if you've got one, it can lead to the others, which can lead to your performance being better. So it's like concentration. Like if you've got confidence, that will lead you to being more committed in what you're doing, and because you're not worried about other things, you're concentrating more.
Yeah.
And those 3 things together will then allow you to sort of your performance levels to go up. And I wonder if that sounds like that might be. Well, that's the element with any football club.
Yeah.
Like Stoke City at the moment are like an utter mess. I was chatting to Craig about it. He's saying like at the games it's just awful because the crowd are like they're on the edge of their seat ready to go. Oh, for God's sake!
Yeah.
Whereas like he came to the great FA Cup win. Queen's Park Rangers winning 2-1 against Leeds United. They were top of the league, ready to win the championship, about to be title winners.
Yeah.
And he was like, God, the atmosphere's like. It's really good because we've got a load of young guys who are going, oh, go on.
Yeah.
And that plays such a massive part in it, isn't it?
Yeah, and
it's amazing that he's turned it around. Great. Last one, on Monday, you got Man City Wolves, which is the We Beat Liverpool Domestically derby. Thank you, Jake, for that. Let's do Who Am I, then we'll do a preview to Spurs versus Man United.
Right.
And we will ask the question, can Spurs win the title, or who is going to win the title? Because this is going all the way, people. Right, who am I? Sorry, I need to do it.
Yeah, I noticed in the comments someone said he didn't do
They were
it.
upset about it, weren't they?
Is it 'cause did you feel awkward in front of Rory?
I really did. I felt right with you,
Yeah.
but with Rory, he just sort of goes. He sort of does that. He can put his hand. He's just quite a civilised man, isn't he?
Yeah, he's tried hard.
He was great though. But we both agree he needs to get his hair cut.
Yeah, he looks like this is kind of a niche reference. You came with it, Teen Wolf from the 1980s.
Yeah,
he's
Michael
sort
J.
of growing
Fox.
outwards, like he's been in the wind tunnel, but his hair's growing outwards. So. Mad hair.
So right, last week we asked you, 2 questions actually. Which player played in 7 FA Cup finals between 1991 and 2005?
Hang on, I don't know this. I don't know this one.
No, you don't. You said his name in the podcast today. Tanvir.
What's this question?
I'll give you the answer. Roy Keane was the answer, or Robbie Keane, if you're Tanvir. Which 5 goalkeepers, we asked, played in 2 or more FA Cup finals between 2000 and 2009? The answers were David James, David Seaman, Tim Howard, Petr Cech, and Roy Carroll. Remember him?
Yeah, I do remember him. Scumbag.
Oh yeah, the ball went over the line. That was mad. What was his? Who did the shot? It was the
Pedro Mendes.
Pedro Mendes.
Yeah.
The shot from the halfway line against Man United, Spurs Man United.
Yeah,
Lovely link because we're going to be talking about it in a sec.
The ball went in completely in the goal.
Yeah, and they didn't get him. And Roy Carroll scooped. Well, he saved it. Went like that, didn't he? Went in.
Yeah,
and scooped it out.
Yeah.
And I've never seen it before or since. He got all itchy.
What
If you watch the footage of it, go watch the footage of it after this podcast. He goes with his shirt. I don't want to do it because I've got my mic on, but he just started going. He started wanting to almost pull his shirt up or off him.
Really?
Because he got this I think he was just so aware that it definitely went over the line, but he's trying to play it cool. That he was you could see he got itchy.
Really? That's
really
bizarre.
mad. Because I remember watching it. I was like, he had this allergic reaction to the bullshit of him trying to going.
Yeah.
It's fine. So yeah, Roy Carroll. This week on. I am a defender who was born in December 1985, and I made my Premier League debut in 2006. I'm a Premier League winner. I'm a Premier League winner, League Cup winner, Champions League winner, and Europa League winner. The year I won the Champions League, the other team I had played for in the same season was relegated from the Premier League. I played in 3 games at the 2014 World Cup.
Did Craig get this one?
He did. Took him a while. I was sort of carried on working, like 40 minutes late. He's like, is it? Right, Spurs versus Man United. Man United did it, right?
Yeah, like
Turned it around a bit.
like every game he wins, I think it's another day we don't have to talk about Pochettino because like the narrative's changed now, isn't it? It's like, could he get a job? Before it was like, give Pochettino the job. It's now could he get the job? He doesn't look like he fits in.
No, he doesn't.
No, I mean he's always been weird. Like he's always a weird looking bloke. Like he looked young, then he looks really young. Now he looks like a really young. You know them people
Nothing wrong
that
with
get. No. Of course, there's nothing wrong with that. But you know the people that age when they're babies, they look like they're 80. It's like this
They
condition.
look like Phil Mitchell.
It's really sad.
Oh,
But he looks
a
like he's-
natural thing. Oh, right,
No,
I know
so-
what you mean. Sorry, yeah, go on.
No, it's like this degenerative disease where they're 10 but they look about 75. That's what he's got, I think.
Is
What
that
he
you've
looks
got?
like he's got now.
Yeah, I don't think he's actually got that.
No.
Um,
40 odd.
He's just a weird looking guy.
His voice is strange
That's
as well.
that's my punditry for the game.
Thank you. I'll pick up from that. He feels a bit like a competition winner, doesn't
He's
he?
so happy to be there.
Yeah.
It's like no curfew for him. Like, you see when they went, like all players have a curfew because they're young, rich. They take the piss because of course they are.
Yeah.
So he's just going, no, just enjoy yourself, lad. And that's what they needed because
Yeah, and I find it hilarious that he would have come in. They're like Kuali Gunner. They've got him in, and he's gone right. So look, what are my objectives? Let's get something in place because I want to understand what my goals are because I want to do well for the club because I love him.
Yeah.
And Ed Woodward or whoever's just gone, get him playing. Just let him play.
I don't think he did say that.
Let him play. But it was as easy as that. It was like he would have gone in and going,
Just play, lads.
you lot are great.
Yeah.
Honestly, guys, you guys are really good. Off you go.
Go and play.
Do less, wasn't it? It's like they give him less information. Just go and like Harry
Express
Redknapp
yourself. Yeah. Yeah, go and express yourself.
Give it a Pogba.
And obviously Pogba's flying. And sometimes like the footballers, as I understand it, are temperamental beasts. They are very young. They've got lots and lots of money. They've been treated and told all things positive about themselves. So they have a distorted reality. And sometimes, you've got players like managers like Mourinho who have a different way of managing that's been very successful for him in the past. And sometimes it just doesn't click with the players. And people like Pogba, who is like, he's the epitome of the modern footballer, which is partly why he's hated by some of the old guard, and partly probably because he's black. Why he's hated by the old guard. I know I'm not calling Souness a racist, but he's definitely a little bit because he keeps picking on Pogba.
Allegedly.
Why isn't it like? I saw a really interesting tweet the other day where Kante, who's this kind of mild-mannered.
Do you know what's funny actually? Sorry, just very quickly because it links back in. How is it? You talk about Graham Souness. Graham Souness was manager at Galatasaray. He brought in who? Dean Saunders.
He broke the trend.
Harkness. Michael Thomas. Didn't bring in Michael Thomas.
The great tweet was like is the reason why people generally look at Pogba and think flash cunt, like don't like him, and love Kante. It's because people's perception of that's what we want black players to behave like, and we don't want him to be this flash person. Is it kind of ingrained racism? And
I'm not.
It's not for you to
convinced
answer
by that
because of your face.
Yep.
Not for me to answer either, but it's an interesting question.
Isn't interesting.
You can't answer it.
Okay. Let us know in the comments below. Are they allowed to answer?
It depends.
Okay. Going into the game then, we're doing the kickoff. Check us out on the kickoff. You're going to be there, aren't you? You all right? Spurs Man United. You said yes. Yeah.
Yeah, of course we're going to be.
He'll be there. He'll be there. So yeah, come watch us on the kickoff. How do you feel about the game then? It's a bit annoying that they've you could have done with an extra month with Mourinho, couldn't you?
Yeah.
A guaranteed win, isn't it, at home?
Yeah. This is Solskjaer's big test. He it's really good that he won 5 on the bounce. That's difficult to do in any shape. There's nothing. Winning football games is quite hard, even when you've got players like Pogba and Lukaku and whatever. But this is a big test because Spurs are great and they have been great for a while, especially at Wembley as well. Well, winning home and away. So it is going to be a test. I think it's a different one than when a team that's playing with freedom and no fear, which Man United appear to be, probably have they're less impacted by other teams that way. They're just concentrating on what they're doing. Whereas I think they were so steeped in, all right, this is where we've got to play. We have a low block. We've got to make sure stifle the game out, and then whatever it is, how we score goals. They weren't scoring goals on Mourinho, so that's part of the problem. But now they're playing with freedom, so I think they're going to be less impacted by the gravity of the task in front of them compared to what Solskjaer has faced before. So it's going to be a good game. I think it'll be an open game, and it's a 50-50. I think you have to be favourites in this game, just because of the teams that Man United have played in this run. It's Huddersfield, Cardiff, Bournemouth are on just an awful run. Newcastle, I think that's probably as good a 4 games as you could pick. Then Reading in the FA Cup. This is the real test for them now. And so say they are going to be more, and they have the talent to do it. They have the talent to win. But if say they're going to be a bit more ambitious in how they play, that means they're going to leave. You would imagine they would then leave gaps for Spurs to exploit. Yeah, it depends how they set up, and this is what's going to be interesting and kind of a test for Solskjaer, because Spurs have been playing a diamond in recent weeks with 2 up top and we're very narrow.
So the 2 up top are Kane and Son.
Yeah,
and Son goes, isn't it? And Kane kind of holds.
Son kind of drops off actually. And then tries to run in behind. Kane very much is the focal point. And it switches to a 4-2-3-1 often, very quickly, depending on the scenario. But one thing it does leave is huge gaps and down the sides. So if they're playing with wingers, like Chelsea the other night, they had Hudson-Odoi and Willian on the left. And while Hudson-Odoi was better than Willian, neither of them got a huge amount of success, but they got huge amounts of the ball. So it's going to be on how well Man United use that wide space if we play that diamond. The thing is, though, and this is where the test comes in, is if Solskjaer, we're really hard to break down when we have the diamond. It's so compact. You've got a bank of 4 and then a bank of 3 that sits right in front of in the defensive area. And while there's space left to cross in, it's such a low percentage ball into the box when you've got so many players there.
Yeah.
It's not that you're giving up space, but they're not really hurting you. Same with the way Leicester won the league, where they'd give you the space, but they were so compact and organised.
Cross it in, we're fine.
Yeah, we're dealing with that, and that's the way we've been defending recently. So he's got to figure out that, and Chelsea and Sarri couldn't the other night, despite having 65% possession.
Interesting. 65% possession.
Yeah, they really kind of did dominate.
So moving on from that, it's strange how little people are talking about Spurs in terms of the title race. Well, it's so adamant that it's got to be Man City and Liverpool, when Spurs, you are right in there with the other two. Who do you think Spurs can win the title this year? And if not, who do you think it will be?
I think it'll be Man City. Spurs can win the title, but we probably have to win every game left in the league.
Wow. Is it that bad? What's the? Let me get the table up.
Well, I think both teams have had their blips.
Of Liverpool? And I think that's such bullshit.
Dude.
Everyone's going, they won't lose these. Lost to Palace, lost to Leicester. They'll lose games. I think it's up for grabs. I think it's totally up for grabs. Yeah. And you've got a good run of games as well. How many games are you going to be losing?
Not many, but we lost to Wolves though.
So I think I smell a wobble with Liverpool.
I hope so. I hope no one wants to see a runaway winner, and it's interesting that Liverpool are challenging Man City, and it's good for the league. But it would be great if there were like 4 teams in it.
Yeah. And I think, well, look, I guess, let's say what you're 6 points off. 6 points off, that's not,
It's a lot.
it's not.
It isn't.
It's one defeat and one victory because 80% of the time you're going to win football games. And so when the other team doesn't win...
It's 2 defeats and 2 victories, which...
Sorry, no, but if you get it to 3 points, then it's...
Oh, yeah.
Then it's... sorry, but that's how it
That's half
works.
in it.
That's how it works. If it's 10 points, Liverpool, Man City, after that Man City game, they go, this is it, done
How many points do we have, Man City?
2.
It's 6 points at that at the top of the league is a lot. Like Chelsea had 8 points on us. We never caught them in that title race a couple of years back.
Maybe.
6 points is it requires 2 games in the season where they lose and you win. It's a big ask.
I think it's a very easy ask. I know, and that's probably being unfair because look at Liverpool. They've won 17 out of their 21 games. That's crazy.
Think about your league, the Championship, right? If Leeds are 6 points clear at the top, you don't feel like they're going to be caught, do you? 6 points.
Yeah, they're going to be caught in a week. Play Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday. It's so easy to happen. I think we patronise the other teams a lot, and these guys can defensively do bits, and it's just football. It's basics. Like teams drop points. I'll be amazed if Liverpool don't lose. If all 3 of you don't lose another game, you've lost 5 games this season. That's mad. You haven't drawn a game this season.
Yeah, we won loads. We haven't drawn one.
You haven't drawn a game this season. That's crazy.
Yeah, you can't win the league and lose 5 games.
Yeah.
It used to be 6. It used to be. I remember back in the day, you could afford to lose 6 games and still win the league. Now it's like if you lose a couple, you're.
I worry for Liverpool because of the centre back position at the moment. Lovren is a risk because as good as Van Dijk
injured
is
as well now.
Yeah, true. So and Gomez is out, I think that's going to make life a little bit harder for them. I just think they've got everyone's got to go through their little wobble, and I think Liverpool's is right now, and it's how they react.
They've lost twice, haven't they? Although you can't really. The game against Wolves was a little bit because they changed so many. They had a 16-year-old centre back for the vast majority of the game, so it isn't Liverpool, but you don't want to lose games. And Wolves are such a good side. Like, I'm really, really impressed with them. I like the way they attack teams. Like Sean Dyche from Burnley can fuck off forever. All right,
said that in the last
part. Fuck them. Like boring, terrible anti-football. Right? Wolves come up with Nuno.
Yeah.
Go,
Just spent a little bit more, haven't they?
Just go and play.
Spent a tiny bit more.
So what?
What do you mean, so what?
So what?
It makes a massive difference. So you think Man City are going to win it, and can Spurs win the title?
No.
Okay. I think it's going to be a lot. I think all 3 teams are going to be in it right to the end.
I mean, that'd be great, but
Would you rather that, or would you rather just lose 3 now, and then don't put yourself through it?
No, because it's about mindset and learning, and you want the players to go through it, and to win it now would be incredible, but it's so unlikely that you kind of just no one's expecting it. So a title run would be a bonus towards the end of the season. And so my mate made this great point on the podcast, Fighting Cock podcast. He said the points total that we've had in the last 3 years would be enough to win the league in 6 of the last 18 Premier League games. So you're thinking, right, what you're saying? He's saying, if we just hang around at this point, just all we need to do is maintain.
Right, in 1 year.
That 1 year there won't be an anomaly side. And it will be Tottenham. So just stick around. All we need to do is...
so Sam Allardyce. Sam Allardyce was like, we need to put this amount of crosses in, and we'll get a goal.
Yeah.
Sooner or later, it'll be fine.
Yeah, so like, we just have to wait for there not to be a Leicester or a Chelsea team that wins 13 on the bounce.
Right.
Or an elite Man City side. They'll always be there, I guess.
Yeah, that's the
the
number's gone up now.
Yeah.
Number's definitely gone up.
But if we stick around for about 6 years, we might get one.
Who knows? Spurs versus Man United. Tanvir, I'm going to turn to you as well here, mate. Let's get some predictions.
He was looking at his phone. He wasn't even fucking... Is he talking to birds again?
I was...
You was. Snapchapping.
Snapchapping? What was that?
Snapping. You were snapping.
Just on the gram.
On the gram.
Man United versus Spurs. What's the score going to be?
2-1 Man United.
No,
2-1 Man United.
Fuck you.
What are you thinking?
Fuck you. 1-0 Tottenham. Who cares? Why do
I'm
people
going to go.
Why
Because it's an interesting talking point, Flav.
predictions? Right,
Happy-
score
Happy New Year,
predictions
brother.
are the worst.
I like them.
Do you? Why? What do you get from them?
Because you feel great. I got
It
Man
means
City
nothing.
Liverpool right the other day. 2-1, I said.
Okay.
It makes me feel good.
It means nothing.
2-1 is like the
What do you think of
easiest
these?
score predict.
A few comments on those the other day.
Bit dirty, aren't they now?
The other day, give him a wash.
I can't.
Put him
be
in a
bothered.
pillowcase. Tie up that pillowcase. Chuck him in the wash.
So I ordered them off the internet,
Sure.
and I was like, I got them out of the box, and I was like, Jesus, they are Larry. But who sends shoes back in the post?
I think it shows a
Sam People sends them back.
sensibility.
Oh, Sam Peoples does, but he loves the process of administration
Very serious.
and bureaucracy. My dog ate them as well.
See?
My dog's amazing.
Is it?
I love my dog so much.
Okay.
Sorry,
Go on,
should we
then, tell me
carry on?
about your dog. Yeah, should we talk about football or do you want
No, football. Just got a lovely blue staff.
to... Blue?
Well, that's what it's called. Blue staff.
It's not colour blue, is it?
It's grey, but people say blue.
Very quickly, I don't even know if we want to talk about it. Actually, might just put a poll card up. Room 69, Wayne Rooney.
What did he do?
We've all chat back at Stephen Bill and had a couple of gins.
Oh, Shemaine, I have done that. A mate of mine was seriously ill, and he was given some painkillers, and he was like, "Bang on them," and I was like, "All right."
And take painkillers responsibly, please.
Yeah, and you're not talking about aspirins here. You're talking about like he could have died ill, right? And so I had one, and you don't know what's going on. I didn't know what was going on. I felt like someone had pulled a velvet curtain and just draped it over my head. So, with a couple of gins, I could have become belligerent and not known. All I'm
Right.
saying is,
So you're saying
give
give
the
him a
bloke
break,
a drink.
give him a break.
Isn't he the luckiest man on earth?
What do you
Like,
mean?
it could have gone the other way so easily. Like, he got everything.
Yeah.
They got everything. And not lucky. It's
quite
not
hard,
lucky. He worked hard. Deserves it. But, you look at him and you think, he's a scumbag. Looks like a scumbag.
So I found hilarious.
Probably
this,
scum.
this
Have you seen
headline.
the ratio to his facial features to the size of his head as well? It's all concentrated in the very centre of his face, and then he's got loads of space.
Really?
Loads
Yeah,
of
I
space
guess he
left.
has. Yeah, I'm just looking at a picture now. I love this New York Post headline. What wife mortified after Wayne Rooney's airport arrest. This is news, by the way. Wayne Rooney got the hairdryer treatment. Clever, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry. From wife Colleen over drunken airport arrest. Do you think so?
Yes, I do think so, because if you put yourself in,
The amount of times she's... Sorry, go on.
you put yourself in that situation, you're with your missus in an airport and you get arrested for being drunk and belligerent, she would kill you.
But I'll tell you what, he's gotten away with so much to that
he shagged the
lovely
granny.
mother. That is the mother of his children, that is Colleen Rooney.
But-
that I don't think she's giving him the hairdryer because I don't see the point in it.
Yeah.
I think she goes...
She give up on him ages ago.
She just, do you know what, they get back in, you get the silent treatment, you get back in, you close the door, you put the keys down, you close the door, and he goes, I'm sorry, I went, and it's not even a word, it's just, as she walks away, she just goes, and goes to bed.
He goes to bed.
That's
He
it.
goes to his
Because
den
she's too far in now.
and sups port.
What I would say there, and I'm not, I hope they're having a great marriage and they're working through things.
They've
We
been
all
together
make
since they were
mistakes.
16.
We all make mistakes, but
He
she'd
shagged
get a
a
good
granny.
deal, wouldn't she?
Huh?
She'd get a good deal in the divorce if she went for it.
Oh yeah, she's minted.
She'd do very well.
So maybe she doesn't want a divorce.
Maybe she does love him.
Maybe she does love him.
Maybe, yeah.
But after 16, when you've been together since you were 16, you got kids. Most men would probably do some stuff.
What the fuck?
I'm not saying shag grannies,
Yeah.
but shag things.
Footballers' wangs can happen to you. Look at me.
You've
I
seen
saw
two.
tells.
Two.
Tells.
Better.
I haven't seen two.
Doesn't matter.
Occasionally it happens, but you gotta be strong. Whoa, whoa. This one comes from Lewis Bennett.
Look forward to this.
My mate is an analyst at Watford. And one day he was asked to get some information from Troy Dean.
I knew Troy Deeney was coming out.
He asked Troy to write something down whilst in the changing rooms. He had just come out of the shower and dropped his towel to pick up the pen. Although he made no, so this is the analyst speaking here. Although he made no comment on Troy's package, he did mention that Stefano Akaka had the biggest wang in the Watford squad. If you've seen a footballer's wang, let us know in the comments below. Because we're running a bit dry now. I don't think I've got a wang in the backup.
Yeah, please let us know. I mean, it's quite niche. Not everyone has seen footballers wang before. But
part of me is hoping this is it now. So because bits come and go.
Yeah, they do.
Bits do come and go.
Michael Dewberry, he was on the Long Ball Street podcast that I used to do with Matt. You can go back and listen to it. He self-proclaimed as an absolute piece.
Yeah. Okay.
Like kill a man.
We do have a new bit though.
Like a baton.
So I think this one could have legs. Now,
a new bit.
A new bit. Bit request. There's a bit request.
All right.
So I saw this thing on Twitter over Christmas. I ended up doing a video on my channel about it. It was called the Didn't Happen of the Year Award.
Yeah, I know what this is. Do you know? I know the guy who runs it actually. Not on person.
Yeah, so I know another guy who knows him.
I don't
Weird.
know him, but he's very prominent on Twitter and very.
Right, yeah.
So you don't know him at all then?
No.
Yeah. Okay then.
So for those who don't know, go check out my video. I think it should have more views than it has, if I'm honest. Because I thought it was quite funny.
Not many the search term.
True.
Doesn't.
True. It's a grower.
It's a grower, and it's good content for your channel because it looks good and it's a very good video. But like, who's going to search for "didn't happen"?
Fair point.
Like, you know this. You've been working in this industry.
I know, but I'm trying. It doesn't matter. Anyway.
It doesn't matter about the views, does it?
No,
it's about the content.
quality.
Yeah.
It's about the quality. So with this, I just like the concept of it. I like the idea of like we've all had stories, and the reason actually, this is the reason why I thought this would be good because I'd done the video, but then we were doing the kickoff, and someone was saying, I can't remember who it was. No, it might have been, I can't remember. It might have been McCullough. It was Adam McCullough. He was saying. We were talking about Gabby Agbonlahor.
Yeah.
And he was saying how, apparently when, everyone's got like, when you've got the story and then you hear the name, you go, boom.
Yeah.
You go, you just want to talk about it. He goes, I had got a story about Gabby Agbonlahor. Apparently he's addicted to Quality Street.
That is
the shittest.
And I was just like,
quite a strange
that's
thing
not,
to
I was like, that's not true, Adam.
just saying
That's just bollocks. I know we've got 2 hours to fill, but that's ridiculous.
I didn't say that.
Apparently. But it didn't happen, did it? He's not addicted to Quality Street.
So this comes from this Twitter account that finds people who make stuff up on Twitter for retweets and likes. They're often around like a 3-year-old who says something incredibly profound that a 3-year-old could never do.
Yeah.
But it's funny you bring this up because I had one.
Yes.
I tweeted the other day.
I've got it right here.
Oh, go on then.
Do you remember it? Do you want to say it?
It was like 3 days ago, so yeah.
Oh, okay.
Go on, you say it.
So yeah, Flav, I said this, Flav, I've got a new idea. So what we wanted to do, just to be clear, so get in the comments down right now and let us know a story that your mate might have told you or whatever. And don't just say it happened, because it probably did happen. Because they wouldn't lie to you, would they? Well, we'll review it and decide if it did
whether
happen
it's a lie or
didn't
not.
happen. We'll read out the best ones. So yeah, get your didn't happens. Do hashtag didn't happen. Makes my life easier. But Flav tweeted this the other day. This is one to kick us off, maybe. Flav tweeted this. Just seen a woman wrestling a bloodied swan on the side of the M4. Praise hands.
It was the greatest. And people dug me out. Like I got people tweeting me.
Adam Rosybum, previously of the ones and twos, said didn't happen.
Like, fuck that prick. Like, fuck him. Do you know what I mean? What, 3 months he hasn't said a word to me, and then he comes out of the shell to dig me out. And Tanvia's better anyhow.
Yeah. So bloody swan, eh?
So yeah, and I got people at me, and in that account, Dota is called Dota.
Like
Didn't happen of the year, wasn't it? And I was like, for the record, it absolutely did happen. I was driving along, I looked across on my left, because people were slowing down, so I was like, what are they slowing down for? And lo and behold, there was a woman wrestling with this swan, blood all over it.
Shit at me, the idea of wrestling a swan.
Well, it could break her arm. As everyone knows, a swan's wing could break your arm.
Really?
Not really. That's just something someone said. Don't. Anyway, she's got blood all over it, and she's
Claret everywhere.
She's grappling with this swan, and I presume what happened was that she'd hit the swan, felt guilty,
right,
and
tried. It's a bit
was,
like Freddie Got Fingered.
What?
Freddie Got Fingered in that
I know
film.
the film, but
yeah,
what?
he hits a cow, and then he's like, oh, I need to kill the cow, so he goes. He gets a gun out and shoots the cow, but the cow just won't die and he's just going. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I just think she probably wanted to get it to a vet. She couldn't leave it fucked.
Get in the boot.
So that's what I presume. So I tweeted it because I thought you don't see that every day.
No.
That's a
That's
spot.
tweet worthy. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, a couple of people digging me out, and I'm like, what do you do in that scenario on Twitter? If you say no, it definitely happened, they're like, yeah, right, whatever, mate. So you can't say that. You can't say that.
It is tough.
You got to just go, all right, well, look, I'm not going to court any more attention.
And it is a dangerous spiral because are we going to believe anything? What's better, believing in nothing or believing in everything?
And what kind of person really is? It takes such glee. It's like, what drives someone to go, yeah, that didn't happen, you're a prick. Rather than just letting people be.
It's funny. It's just funny.
It is funny. It is funny, but it also comes from somewhere. It's almost like it's like a rejection of the worst parts of people in society. In that, or the worst parts of what social media has done. So like Facebook and Instagram showing people only post themselves in the best light. It's not real. Instagram isn't real life. It's just people kind of, oh, I like that picture. Let me put it through a filter and get the likes.
Why are you?
Because that's your life, bro. That's what you do that all the time.
And that's what you're battling with as well when you're churching.
You're not battling. No, he's battling because he's cleaning up.
Well, he's cleaning it up, but there's always... How many times, out of 10, how many times is there that moment when you meet them, you actually meet them for the first time and you go, oh.
That has happened a few times, but...
But you do it as well, though, Tanvir.
Yeah, they do it to you, yeah.
They're
People look at you and they go, oh.
They're probably like, oh.
No, they're not now. No, you're
Well, I'm here now.
You're looking peng now.
Let's get them off.
I'm here now, so...
Let's get those off.
Just pop those down.
Literally at the station, just like, yeah, let's get those off.
I pay for my train ticket, so
pop those
let's
down.
get them off. Right. So yeah, let us know in the comments below. Didn't happen. Football related, please. Football related, because I bet there's a...
Look, to kick us off,
some perlers out there.
Do you believe that I saw a woman wrestling bloody swan?
No.
You think I made it up?
I saw that tweet as well, and I was like, yeah, fuck off.
I feel like
Really?
you're exaggerating.
Yeah.
I feel like you're...
What is it? The way I wrote it?
What?
It's just ridiculous,
It's
isn't
like, it's just... When would
thing is,
did you
I
ever see
believe
that?
you
Why,
generally.
why were you doing praise?
Because it's one of the greatest things I've ever seen. and like, if I can't share that on Twitter, what am I going to share on Twitter? Other than the greatest thing I've seen in my life.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I trust you, mate. I believe you.
But what we're heading for here is a more, and I'm going to say it again, insipid Twitter experience. Right. Because people are so scared of being honest because they want to end up in this award.
They don't want to end up in an award.
They don't want to end up in an award.
True.
So,
as I said, they are hilarious.
They are funny, yeah. Some of them, and they're often like politically motivated as well, aren't they? And they're the ones, get them. Like, there's nothing, there was no politics in me saying, I've just seen a swan being wrestled by a woman. Yeah. Like, what do I gain from it? I'm not making any point.
That was one that got to the final, was some guy goes, oh, I just popped on the telly to watch Russia, Saudi Arabia. My 10-year-old son to me went, no, I go to my 10-year-old son, who do you want to support? And he goes, I don't know, who's got the better human rights record? # woke cup.
Woke cup.
Bollocks.
That never happened either.
And see, so I can understand why people hate that, because it's like saying...
He stands by it as well, he's really annoyed.
Well, look, I can understand, because he's like, oh, look, I'm like my son, look how intelligent and understanding of the world he is, look how great I've raised him, look at how good my life is. That's what emanates from that kind of tweet. People are going to look at it and go, yeah, fuck this prick, let's get him. I was talking about a swan that had been hit by a car. What do I get? It doesn't make my life any better.
I still felt the same way.
I've got to say, I think your reaction here is exactly why they wrote didn't happen.
Yeah. You're way too defensive.
You bit.
No, I bit here because I've got a platform.
Yeah,
this is my platform.
Right.
I created this bitch. I built it up. Like, without me, we wouldn't have got here.
Absolutely.
A
lot of people in the comments last week missed you, mate.
I missed them.
Yeah.
That's not true. I didn't really think about them at all.
Right, find a way time.
Hold on, before we start this next bit, I've really got to go to the toilet. I was waiting.
What, poo?
No, just the piss.
That's staying in. That's staying in. We'll be back with a review from Tanvir after these messages.
I'll be back.
We're back. Tanvir, of course, on the ones and twos, but was it a 1 or a 2? Tanvir.
I just peed.
Just a wee. Yeah. # find a way.
It's the way, it's the way, it's the way, it's the way.
It's Anthony, 14, sends in this. Hashtag find a way. Euro 2016. England versus Wales. Spanish speaking exam at what would have been the 30th minute. I cried when told, but with a bit of help, I found a way. The school was actually finishing early that day for the game, but my exam was still taking place. My mate, who wasn't really all there, was a regular in the old learning support centre where the bad lads go. Had his exam 20 minutes before mine. Obviously, he didn't want to do it either. With a slight word of encouragement, he went into the language department office and unplugged all the recording devices that were being charged for the recordings later that day. Got called into the classroom about an hour before kickoff, 20 minutes before school was finishing for students to go and watch the football. I was told that the recordings were being postponed to the following week due to technical problems with the equipment. Fantastic. Then I left with 2 lads and sprinted home. Made it just in time for kickoff. Arrived home, no keys.
Oh.
I climbed the wall to get in through the back. It was locked. By this time, my mates are fuming. I promised them the game. Just at this time, my mate, who was reading text commentary through his phone, informed us of Bale's free kick. We stood deflated in my front garden. There is a moody cow next door who hadn't looked at me the same since I broke the door of her shed with a screamer a few days before. But I plucked up the courage to knock and ask if we could watch the game in her house. She said no, but also said she had keys to my house. This was the breakthrough. Got into the house, sprinted up the stairs and got to the TV on to see the highlights of Vardy's equaliser. All the lads in the house for the final half hour in which we witnessed Sturridge's winner. What a time to be alive.
Was great.
We always joke about this day as everything that could have gone wrong did. Quality only for us to sit in that same room and get knocked out by Iceland weeks later. We'll never forget that day though. Day-do? Day-though. Well done, found a way. Yeah, you find a ways in...
He found multiple ways.
You had a unique moment, didn't you, when that goal went in, that Sturridge goal? You put your weapons down with Robbie from Arsenal Fan TV.
Yeah, but it's for work, innit? I had to.
Yeah.
It's not like I could walk in and go, sorry, bosses, I'm not doing my job today, because we're with Robbie. I do like Robbie. But yeah, I had a weird experience where I watched that game with DT, Robbie. DT? Yeah, DT was there as well.
Hello, DT.
Despite everything that you see of him on YouTube and all the other stuff, when you actually speak to him, he's like really normal and nice, pleasant. Like he bought me a drink.
Yeah,
so it's like I think part of it is obviously he knows what people want from him, and that's his business. Because you often don't get paid for being normal on YouTube.
That's the problem, isn't it? Yeah, the opposite's done him good, isn't it?
And I think all of us put on a bit of a show for YouTube, myself included. Like, I don't walk around all day pretty miserable and looking frustrated. Do I?
Disappointing headlines time. And I saw this newspaper and I thought, is this the headline we're about to talk about? It says, Neo-Nazi Terror, London. Then I opened it up and it was something else, Teen Herald, it was from ages ago. But the disappointing headline this week is, Wayne Hennessy, Crystal Palace keeper, denies making Nazi salute. Now, you probably would have seen this everywhere. Here's another disappointing headline on the same issue. Wayne Hennessy, Football Association looking into alleged Nazi salute. So if you haven't seen this, there was a big hubbub, not one for you, about Wayne Hennessy after a meal. There's a picture of him. He's in the background. And he's got his right arm up in the air in a photo posted on Instagram by Palace midfielder Max Meyer.
Do it.
No.
Because it can be clipped up.
I would clip that up and put it everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. There we go.
Yeah, he did the Nazi salute, didn't he? He did. There's a kind of faux salute that people did after the war, taking the Mickey out of Hitler, but it's doing the Hitler moustache and doing. Yeah, so you could do one bit. No, don't do the other bit because that.
I'll do either.
No, don't.
I'll do that.
Don't do the other.
Or, don't do that, 'cause that's just
right.
it. Yeah.
And then obviously everyone knows the Nazis,
arm up.
The arm up.
Yeah, they're not stupid.
But he was doing it behind Max Meyer.
Max Meyer, yeah, German midfielder.
So I've got a couple of things on this. One,
Go on.
Have
First,
you finished?
do you think it is?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I do. Although, Tanvi, you said...
Yeah, there's a picture of him going around where he's actually on the football pitch and he's calling someone and he's doing the exact same gesture. So it could actually get him out of it, but
because he claims that it was innocent. That he wasn't doing that. He said he waved and shouted at the person taking the picture to get on with it, and put my hand over my mouth to make the sound carry. Because of course, so if you hear me now, I'm talking like this. Can you hear me now? It's a lot louder, isn't it?
It did actually amplify a little bit. Yeah,
it did.
Can I? But and the other thing is, if he does that on the pitch all the time, as you would do through your gloves to get your message across.
Yeah.
If he's doing that every game, he's been playing. How old is he? Hennessy? How old is he, Hennessy?
31.
31. So he's been doing this gesture for 12, 13 years, probably longer because in the youth game, it would have been muscle memory. I'm trying to understand where he's coming from.
No, do you know what I would say? My come back to that would be you'd go like that. You wouldn't go like that, would you? Why would you go like that?
Everyone does things differently. No, but I definitely think he did it. I think that, though, I mean, it's bad that he's been, it's come out, but...
It's storm in a teacup kind of thing, and it won't go on for long. But do you know what I just love the language that he uses in his apology or whatever, his comment statement on it. He's going, it's been brought to my attention that frozen in a moment by the camera, this looks like I'm making a completely inappropriate type of salute. I can assure everyone, I would never ever do that. And any resemblance to that kind of gesture is absolutely coincidental. Love and peace. Love and peace. Love and peace. Just to be clear, I don't want a third world war. Wayne.
Right, and that should be the end of it. That's fine. He's cleared it up. There aren't people still outraged by this, are there?
I wouldn't have thought so. Well, what I find slightly disappointing, or am I being unfair here, let me know, is it worthy of a Football Association investigation?
No.
And how does that even happen? Do they go, well, let's have a look at the photo?
Oh, yeah, it does look like it, to be fair. Let's, in a minute, it does look like it, doesn't it? Yeah. But then he has cleared it up. He's made an explanation, so what do we do? Oh, nothing, I suppose.
Is there any evidence? Well, there's the photo, which he's already cleared up, and it's his word against.
Yeah.
Basically, they've gone, Max, you bothered about this?
Yeah.
He's gone,
not really.
Oh, not really?
Yeah.
Should we leave it?
Yeah.
Let's leave it. That's it. It's not an investigation, is it?
Yeah, no, and that's it. That's the kind of fucking... the older I'm getting, the more intolerant, or is that intolerant, of outrage.
Right.
People love it, don't they? They love to be outraged and offended, and to be honest, a group of lads together that are matey, that is fucking tame. What goes on, compared to what goes on, and anybody who's outraged is a fucking hypocrite, because the shit you post in WhatsApp, whoever you are who was outraged by it, is as bad. But you're happily and freely kind of dig out Hennessy because of it, because you know you'll never get caught, because you're not a professional footballer. In my head, there's people on the tube, wherever they are watching this or listening to this, and they just to themselves they've gone, yeah. You think everybody listening to this now, or watching it on YouTube, think of the worst thing you've shared. It might be something that you created. That someone's sent to you on WhatsApp and you've just forwarded it on.
I do that
flippantly.
I do that.
We all do it.
Yeah.
So, right, and then in the comments, if you're brave enough, if you post what it is, just an explanation at the below, and we'll talk about it next week, as long as we don't have a brand sponsor.
Dangerous.
And if you don't have to, but if you're brave enough, then do it.
But it's on you.
It's on you.
You take the repercussions.
Let me think about I'll tell you. I'll explain the worst thing I've received today. Just give me a second. I don't know what it is yet, because there's a group I never go in because it's just filth. Now I'm going to play this, and I don't know what it is. Right? I have no idea what it is. No. And I'm going to turn the volume up because I can guess. What I'm looking at is a roller coaster.
Oh no. Is this a good idea? Don't show it to the camera. Don't show it to the camera.
Right. It was a woman.
No!
It It was.
So let them guess. What was it? Let us know.
I've got to tell them, haven't I? They want to know.
That's probably the best sound I could have asked for. I could have hoped for.
Yeah, there's someone.
Yeah, they know. It's fine.
Yeah,
It's fine.
There's kids. There's kids listening, isn't there?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
fucking. This is what I'm talking about. Like everybody, it's just we. Human beings are filthy. Right? We think terrible things. We share terrible things, and in private we say terrible things. So when someone gets like outed for doing something like this, which I'm pretty sure he's not a neo-Nazi, right? If he was and he's bestowing that their politics, then there's a massive issue. But if he's doing
the rest of the squad's like, Wayne, can we have one meal without you doing that shit?
Yeah, exactly. It's not an issue. Never was an issue. Just fucking.
Yeah, got your Christmas present, Secret Santa.
Yeah, Mein Kampf.
Wayne, I know it's you. Stop buying me Mein Kampf.
I thought you like it.
Yeah, there's some good stuff in there. Right, okay. Right, we finish off the podcast like we do every single week with some Flames advice. My name's James. This is Flav. Together we are Flames. And this is a good one. Now we're putting Bagel Guy to one side. We don't know. Well, because I don't know if he's gone for it one last time.
What?
Rory said leave it, by the way. Rory said, look, enough. Like, he's embarrassed himself. She's made it very clear she doesn't want to be
You
involved.
gave out Flames advice without us.
Well, I got Rory involved. Well, you weren't here, were you?
What was that called?
Oh, we didn't call it anything. But still Flames advice. It's just
With Rory.
Rames advice? Roms? Doesn't matter. Anyway, we need to move on to a new bit of Flames advice because other people need advice. So let us know. Hashtag Flames advice if you need some advice. Super Crunch It, quite like that name, says this. Now, this is a good one. Listen up, Tanvir. Lads, I need help. I'm stuck in a weird love-like friend zone, please marry me situation. It's a long story, but I shall try to condense it as much as possible. How long? It's quite long, but it's good. It all began in year 9, around 10 years ago, when I first realised that...
It started off 10 years ago.
Jesus Christ. It's all right, they're very succinct.
Right, go on.
Yeah. When I first realised that women... Yeah, you can. That women are not the playground enemy. I attended one of my first ever parties involving alcohol, and I was having an extremely good time. Everyone was very tipsy off of their WKD and Lambrini. Due to consuming what seemed at the time copious amounts of booze, I decided to rest my head in one of the spare rooms. Minutes later, a girl, brackets, who shall be called Shelley for this, that's Shelley, came in the room
Shell down.
and immediately started kissing me. Shelley was, still is one of my closest friends. So it was very weird at first, but the excitement and obvious boner in my pants soon helped me get over this fact. She was the first girl I've got with, you know, all the tongue action and hands on the head, etc. Hands on the head.
he just
You just grabbed her by the head. Just like that.
A pretty...
Come here. Just got both hands around her cranium. Come here. Let me kiss you.
A pretty fucking big deal at the time, and after that evening, every party we both attended, we would always end up getting with one another. This, however, was only as far as I would go, as we were only 13 to 16 years of age for this part of the story. Nothing came of this as in we never got together and became boyfriend and girlfriend. Instead, we both ended up getting into relationships with other people.
Yeah.
At that point, I was in love with another girl, and Shelley did not matter to me one bit. At least that's what I told myself, anyhow.
So they just got hold of each other and what? Not like a little nosh or something?
I don't think so, just heavy petting.
Finger bang?
Just not even a finger ban. Not even a finger ban.
not even.
I thought that when you're a kid in your teens, you kind of go to fingering very quickly. Do you know what I mean? It's like kissing and then let's quit. I better finger.
We're losing momentum here.
It's true.
Yeah, you kiss and you're like, what else do I do? Do a bit of fondling of the boobs.
Yeah.
And then
Straight to you get blown that.
Now I've got a finger, I suppose.
Right, amazing. 3 years down the line in my third year of sixth form, brackets, as I decided to change my A-levels in second year, not important. After being with this other girl for 4 years, we broke up.
Oh no.
I was devastated, heartbroken, and nothing else mattered. Shelley was in a relationship still at the time, so I became a bit of a shagger per se, and began the quest of trying to get over this heartbreak by getting into as many females' pants as possible. In short, it did not work.
Oh.
Still pretty torn up, I finished sixth form with some pretty good grades and managed to get into university, so I planned for the upcoming summer to be one big blowout with as many of my peers as I could. Having a wicked summer with all my mates, Shelley included, I was extremely excited for university and I actually started to get over my long-term ex. However, a huge event occurred. We were all out celebrating my friend's birthday in late September and we were all having a brilliant time, beers, dancing and just having a laugh until it came to the end of the night and Shelley, whose house was currently empty due to her parents being on holiday, grabbed me and told me she'd split up with her boyfriend last week and I'm coming back to hers now.
It's a bit predatory.
Yeah.
But I quite like it.
But guys do like it, don't
Yeah,
they?
they do like it, yeah.
I didn't know what to do, what to say or what to think. My dick definitely did the thinking at first. And I actually think that it must have hailed down the nearest taxi for us.
Very good.
Very good. Immediately getting into a house, we picked up from a few years ago and began tonguing one another.
You grabbed her by a skull. You grabbed her by a skull.
Grab me by the skull.
I love it when you grab my skull.
No one's ever done it since.
Yeah.
See, in her mind, that's normal because that was like the first guy she got with.
Yeah,
I love it when they grab my skull, but no one does it anymore. It's really weird. No one kisses me like you do. Yeah. Right, hang on, where are we? Tonguing one another. Practically sprinting up the stairs and into the bedroom, we began undressing. We both, however, did not forget to brush our teeth, so unhygienically, we shared her toothbrush and quickly ensured we had no plaque. Fresh breath, barely clothed, and both very intoxicated, we got into bed. The kissing continued and soon developed into fondling. Both of us now, having experience in sexual activity since the last time we exchanged a kiss, knew where this was going.
Good.
But I fucked it.
Oh,
My boner decided to stay away, and Shelley was embarrassed, so didn't want anything at all. And this all happened in the last fucking weekend before I left for uni. None of our friends know the story, and me and her never, in capital letters, talk about it. Over my time at uni, I never found love.
No.
I certainly found a couple of STIs, brackets, nothing to brag about.
No, it's not. Strap up is what I'd say. It doesn't feel as good.
But you do last longer.
You get the ultra thin ones, and you still get the feeling.
Yeah?
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Ultra thin?
Yeah.
Mm.
And I most definitely found the bottom of many a bottle of alcohol. Wasn't sure where that was going. I spent the 3 years there, a single man, and Shelley, who went to uni the same time as I, immediately got into a long-term relationship. Every holiday we were home together, we would still go out as really good mates, etc., and nothing would be different. Now, in the present day, both have finished university. Shelley has become single, and I think I love her.
Oh.
I have no idea what to say to her as she's one of my closest mates.
Oh.
I have no ideas what to do with her, as obviously last time anything happened, I ballsed it up.
You didn't balls it up.
I need the Flames' advice, big time.
Yeah.
I've been single far too long.
Yeah.
Please help me.
No problem. We'll sort you out, pal. First off, the boner thing. Not a problem.
Can happen.
It can happen. Happen to you?
Once. It's all right. We've stopped for a sec.
We've got about 5 minutes.
About 5 minutes.
We'll just go in the other end and be quiet.
Okay. No worries.
Right.
Where would we go? Where were we?
You were doing.
Oh yeah.
Who are you with, Matt?
A meeting.
Oh,
Oh, right.
okay. Should we stop? We can't.
No, Joe.
Let's do it quietly. All right. Okay. So let's
Got to explain.
go to me. Yeah. Sorry about that. We stopped because there's a meeting in the room, and we just started talking about bonus.
Erectile dysfunction.
And there's erectile dysfunction, and the problem is the meeting with someone outside of All Friends. So obviously we're going to have to talk in hushed tones.
That's fine. I'm going to turn you both up.
Okay, cool.
okay.
And then, you
Right.
should
So
be right.
Jim, come in.
Yeah.
So
That's right. Can you see us both, frame-wise?
Yeah.
Have you had a moment?
Only once.
Really?
Only once. Generally, I've been fine, but
Yeah.
I've got a lot of friends who have had those moments where it's struggled, and it's annoying because you're just staring at it, going, "Come on."
And because it's in your head, it won't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause it's not a switch, is there?
Often, if you partake in certain chemicals on a night out, your winky won't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this won't be a problem for you, mate, because thankfully, praise the Lord, you can buy Viagra over the
Right. So was that?
yeah.
This one.
It's just you can
Right.
buy it over the counter, so you won't have that issue when the next time you're with Shirley.
What I would
Because,
say,
it will get harder than you can ever imagine, and for a long time.
really,
And you'll be able to go again.
really,
It's incredible.
really, because that's it. You were kind of, your initial punch was weak. You want to really knock her out.
And she will expect nothing from you apart from failure again. So the bar is so low for her, you will knock her socks off.
So if you get, because look, important factors here. One, she does like you.
Absolutely.
She does like you.
Yeah, she's well into you.
Two, the only thing she'll be thinking about in terms of the failed attempt last time is the fact that did she do something wrong? She's not bothered that she's not going to go, I don't want to get with him because he won't go.
And do you think that hopefully it hasn't happened to her with lots of men, because then she really will have an issue, but it's definitely happened to her again as well. So don't worry, don't get caught up in that. It was before university.
Yeah.
Was it? Before, yeah.
Yeah.
Before university.
And actually, probably subconsciously, in your mind, you deep down, because now you're in love with her, deep down, you did want to do it for a long time, and so it was almost like it's too big an event.
Yeah.
So what I would say was, go be confident, move it forward. Yes, she's one of your closest mates, but if you love her, that means you want to be with her properly.
Yeah.
So that's not something you should be scared of pursuing.
And
when it comes to the moment, think of me and Flav laughing at this right now.
I don't think that.
wait, let me finish. And just think, it's not that big a deal.
When it comes to the moment.
When it comes to the moment,
just
don't worry about it. Just think of our faces.
Think of us as if we're in the room.
Right?
And then
sort of commentating from the side.
Yeah, when you're on top of it, us just giving you a pat on the back, going, go on, son.
Go on, son, get in there.
Go on.
Yeah.
And like, obviously, just think about us there. Just go on, son. Just giving you a pat on the back, give you a little head rub.
Yeah.
Holding her skull.
As you'll be having a hold.
Holding her skull.
You've got her by the skull. But advice on how to talk to her is you've already done the groundwork. She likes you. You just need to say to her, look, there's something between us. You know it. Let's just see where it goes. Can I take you out for a drink?
Yeah.
Just me and you.
I wouldn't rush it though, because she might be a bit wary if she's just become single. They often girls have this thing in their head. They go, right, I need a bit of time, and they won't want to start something new. So don't panic.
It's
Don't
not something
rush.
new though. It's been there.
Yeah.
It's already in place.
So don't push it. But you got this. You got this. Not a problem.
Yeah.
And I think that you two are going to be together, and you'll be together as long as you want to be.
Yeah,
That's lovely.
Yep. And if you do get married, me and him coming.
That would be so cool, wouldn't it? Imagine that, our first Flames Advice wedding.
Would it? Yeah, we're gonna go, and she'll have to. You have to explain why we're there, and you'll say, "Well, I've told them everything."
Actually, just going back a little bit, make sure those STIs are cleared up as well.
Yeah.
So you don't want to be.
So when I
Sure.
got with my missus now.
Yeah,
Not about it's not
it should be good.
STIs. I've never had this thing. Been very lucky. I couldn't as well.
Oh.
I just like that, and it was the first because I met her on holiday.
Yeah, at a festival, that might played a part for me.
Oh yeah. What do you mean? No, it wasn't at a festival. And we were together. We didn't sit together for 3 days.
Wow.
She was
that's lovely. How romantic.
She was about an hour from where my villa was, so it was just impossible. And I wasn't going to bang her behind some bins in a festival. So
I mean, it was an option. So well done for that too.
I could have. I don't know about it. Maybe I couldn't have done. I didn't pose. I'll ask her next time. But but the first time we actually arranged to meet back in. No, we met in London. And that was good. Got hold of each other and walking around with a boner most of the day. That was good. But back at hers, about
banging into things.
2 weeks later, it didn't work for no real reason.
Because there was a bit of time before it's too big in your head.
Built it up.
Yeah.
But it was fine the next morning. Oh yeah. Was it fine?
Whoa.
She weren't fine.
Well, there you go. So yeah, even if it doesn't work that evening, see how it goes in the morning.
Because after the best thing, I said this a little more insight as well. If you're going out on a night out and you're drunk, and if you pull on a one night stand, or if it's with your missus, hangover sex is pretty good. It's really good. He knows all about that.
I've never had.
And also,
a hangover.
actually, think about it.
Never had a hangover, so.
As exponents of the 3-to-1 rule, like me and Flav, again, if you can't get it up, keep that moving. You know, make her have a great night.
Oh,
she won't give a shit.
I think she would. She would.
Yeah, she
A
would.
little bit, but she'll be much happier.
Yeah, she knows that you're already giving love, but I can understand why you didn't in that instance, because you're kind of mortified and you wanted to get out of it.
Tackle the awkwardness. Anyway, good luck, mate. Let us know how you get on. if you are new to this podcast,
Ask me
you're
the
probably
date.
confused. But we hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, then you're one of us.
If you're new to the
So subscribe.
podcast and you're still here, then it's fine. But if not, just persevere. Persevere with it. Stick around. It's a good pod. It's a good pod. So I enjoy doing this more than anything else, really.
Let us know your thoughts in the comments below on everything. Get on iTunes, subscribe, and leave a review.
Do another one of these?
No.
No.
I've just got another one.
And we'll see you next week.
Hang on.
Please.
Hang
Not
on.
another one.
Okay, we're done.
Look, there's literally two girls. Oh, that is-
What was the first one?
No. Oh, for God's sake. Poo again.